And good morning, Sioux Empire, and welcome into Rise and Shine. I'm your host, Brandon Green, and this morning we start at Augustana, where former volleyball player Teresa Resch was back at the Elman Center this week. The former Viking brought the NBA championship trophy with her as Resch works for the Raptors as their vice president of basketball operations and player development and had a monumental role in the team's championship run by helping build out the roster. Although Resch was one of the first women hired by the Raptors front office, since then they have added 11 women to their organization, and that is the progress that Resch likes to see.
People are just not used to seeing women in leadership, and now there's so many examples of it that it doesn't seem odd anymore, and it's become a valuable piece of every organization.
Raptors also hired Brittany Donaldson this week as their first ever female assistant head coach. And you might remember this face right here. Former Rapid City native Becky Hammond in 2014 was the first woman to ever be hired as an assistant coach in NBA history. The President's Bowl is this weekend, and it makes for some intriguing matchups between the local Sioux Falls schools. But the most interesting one is O'Gorman versus Roosevelt. Roosevelt is 2-0 on the season, and they are rolling, while O'Gorman just lost to Brandon Valley, a team that Roosevelt has already beaten. And O'Gorman is riddled with injuries, but that still won't stop the underdog from fighting on.
I mean, the matchup definitely favors them, on paper, and size-wise, you saw, Brandon Valley take advantage of our, height out at corner with a 5'8", 5'9" corner, and all the receivers are over 6 feet. So, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for our kids, but, every week, we're proud of our kids, how they come up, they show up, work hard, and, try to make games out of it every week.
And both games are this Saturday at Howard Wood Field. O'Gorman in that first matchup versus Roosevelt at 3 p.m., and then Lincoln takes on Washington at 6 p.m. It was an electric atmosphere last night when two rivals met as Dordt was taking on number 2 in the country, Northwestern. It would be all Dordt early, though, as they get the first points of the match as Allie Carmondike gets the kill, and Dordt would win a close first set, 25-22. But then Northwestern showed why they're the number 2 team in the country. In the second set, Emily Van Ginkel with the good defense as she gets the block, and then Northwestern's leader, Anna Wydell, woke up and she put some power behind this kill, and Northwestern would win the second set easily, 25-13, and would end up winning the match in 4 sets, 3-1. And in another volleyball match that happened last night, Briar Cliff was able to beat DWU 3-1. And that's going to do it for Rise and Shine. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in just a little bit.